Creating content that means something. If you work for or run a food and beverage company, content marketing is essential in building a brand that lasts. In building your brand, your content strategy needs to be less about sales and more about delivering relevant value. It needs to be relevant because value can come in many forms and is contextual to your ideal customer profile. In the book Contagious by Jonah Berger, he examines why certain types of ideas catch on while others don't. In this context, the author explains why some content performs well, more views on posts, higher engagement on social media, etc., while others flop. Here we'll use some of Berger's principles to uncover the type of content food brands can produce that would be the most meaningful to their audience as you position your brand. Number 1. Inner remarkability. One way to create meaningful content is to produce something that's unique, surprising, or interesting. In other words, remarkable. What type of content could you produce that would have some sort of wow factor that people would find extraordinary? Why, you ask? Because when content is remarkable, people want to share it. A great food-specific example of remarkable content is Burger King's Moldy Whopper ad. To prove that their burgers are free of preservatives, this video showed their signature burger decomposing. With 2 million views, you can't deny it's remarkable. By looking at the formula for making remarkable content, think about ways you can market your product or message in a manner that is different, novel, or attention-grabbing. Here are some questions to start getting those juices flowing. Can you give a behind-the-scenes look into your company or product that no one has ever seen before, or provide a level of transparency that your competitors shy away from? How can you show your product's differentiators in a creative, unexpected way? Number 2, connect emotionally. By analyzing the articles in the New York Times most emailed list, Berger found what the articles had in common were their abilities to provoke emotions. Basically, these articles sparked feelings of excitement, anger, anxiety, amusement to motivate people to action. Keep in mind that positive emotions are more likely to be shared than negative ones. An example of content that produces high emotions is the New York Times article titled "Passion for Food Adjusts to Fit Passion for Running." It told the surprising story of a successful restaurateur turned marathon runner. To find the emotional core of an idea, Berger suggests using the following method by Chip and Dan Heath. First, write down why you think people are doing something, then ask, "Why is this important?" 3 times. Jot down your answers during this exercise to uncover the underlying emotion. Use that emotion to produce content that connects with people on a deeper level. Here are a few food and beverage content ideas that provoke emotion. Offer a unique recipe or a way of eating that makes people feel excited to get into the kitchen and cook up something new immediately. Create intrigue by answering questions in your space that people have longed to have answered, or bust a myth that is commonly held in your category of products. And 3, offer practical value. It's human nature for people to want to help each other, so if your content can give them news they can use, they'll be more likely to engage and share it with others they care about. When we share useful information, 3 things can happen. 1, we feel good about being helpful to others. 2, those we share it with will see that we think of and care about them. And 3, it creates a stronger bond between us and those we share with. A piece of content that has been widely shared due to their practical value is New York Times food writer Alison Romaine's viral recipe, salted chocolate chunk shortbread cookies. According to Vox, a recipe goes viral on Instagram when they are easy to cook, include ingredients that are accessible, encourage home cooking as a social experience, and of course, taste delicious. In order for content that offers practical value to catch on, the value needs to be easy to see, positioned properly, and accessible. And while not all successful content is necessarily truthful, from an ethical standpoint, it's always a good idea to fact check the information you share. After all, you want your brand to be known as a trusted source of information. Consider the following ideas on how you can incorporate practical value into your content strategy. Provide a quick idea for whipping up a delicious snack, prepare a common food or dish, or combining ingredients that aren't typically found together in recipes. List surprising facts about your industry or food category that few people know about. Thanks for watching. If you'd like to see any of the things we talked about, check out the links in the description. Also, for more in-depth information on how to build and strengthen your brand, access our free white paper at juleeho.com/whitepaper.